Let's go a little bit from yesterday. Do you remember the four main bones of the knee? You remember what's this big one called right here? Femur. What's that one called? The kneecap? Patella. Then what's the weight-bearing bone called? Tibia. And then what's the non-weight-bearing bone called? Good. Do you remember the four ligaments that we're going to be testing today?
Yeah.
ACL. What does ACL stand for?
Anterior cruciate ligament.
Okay, one more time all together. Say it again.
Anterior cruciate ligament.
Okay, what does PCL stand for?
Posterior cruciate ligament.
What does LCL stand for?
Lateral ligament.
Very good. What does MCL stand for?
Medial ligament.
Okay, of the ACL, PCL, which one is stronger?
PCL.
Excellent. Of the LCL, MCL, which one is stronger?
LCL.
Very good. And the two cup cartilage that's right here for shock absorption is called?
Meniscus.
Excellent. Table. Okay, I want you guys to make sure you have a good view of what I'm doing, okay? The first one I'm going to show you how to test for is the Valgus stress test on your paper, okay? Now, while I'm going through this demonstration, okay, I want you to listen to what I'm saying. Take notes to whatever you think that I may ask you on your exam. Because your special knee exam is going to be a performance exam just like this. I may ask you a question. What's going to happen is I'm going to have all those tests in an envelope. Okay? You're going to pull that test out of the envelope, not going to look at it, you're going to hand it to me. I'm going to know what the test is, then I'm going to give you a scenario or I'll give you a question. Based off of my question, based off of my scenario, you have to perform the test. Okay? So you won't actually know what test you're doing. Well, you should know what test you're doing just by repeating it and memorization of those tests. Okay? So the first test I'm going to show you, don't sit in my chair, please. First test I'm going to show you is the Valgus stress test. Valgus stress test, okay? Make sure you take out your knee stress test worksheet, please. That sheet. Okay, the Valgus stress test tests for the medial collateral ligament, which is the MCL. Okay, pay attention, please. If you can't see me, you might want to get in a position where you can see me. Okay, the MCL is located on the medial side of the knee, okay? So it's here to here and here to here, okay? So I'm going to do a Valgus stress test on the MCL. MCL stands for what again?
Medial collateral ligament.
Very good. Is it longer or shorter than the LCL?
Longer.
Okay. So hand placement doesn't matter, depending on whichever you're comfortable with, okay? I'm going to go ahead and do Miss Emily's left leg, okay? So, it's left leg?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, the patient's leg goes straight. The Valgus one, I think it said extension on it, does it? First one is the extension, upper right, okay. So extension, that means the leg is completely straight, okay? My left hand is going to be on her medial ankle, okay? You always want to stand in front of the patient, that way you get full performance, full strength, full range of motion, okay? My left hand is going to be on the inside of her ankle. My right hand is going to be on the outside of her knee on that LCL. Okay, you can't see from over there, I want to move around, okay? Go to the outside of the knee of the LCL. Now, I'm going to slightly lift the leg up, okay? And then my hands are going to go in the opposite direction. I'm going to go like this, okay? Remember, I'm testing the integrity of the MCL, so I want to see how far it bends. What's the range of motion, okay? So, grab the left leg, right hand, and just a light push inward. Okay? Now, how do I know if that's her normal range of motion or if this ligament is injured? Huh? What someone say? How would I know? I don't know. I have to test both sides, which is called bilateral. Okay? Did you say that?
Yeah.
Well, when I ask you to say that, say something again.
I think I heard that.
Raise your hand so I can see who's talking. Oh, yeah. Okay? So, I'm going to test both sides, right? So, other side will be opposite direction. Right hand on the inside lower leg, left hand on the outside of the knee, and I'm going to test the knee, make sure it's normal range of motion. So for her, that's her normal range. Now, potentially, if this was an injured one, then let's say her right leg was injured, right? And I tested it. I would go in much more than what is shown. Now, I come over here and test, and I wouldn't move at all. So we automatically would know that this one is the injured one, so we have to rehab on this one. Okay? Any questions about the Valgus stress test? Okay, testing for the integrity of the MCL. Okay, now Now, there's one on your paper, I think that says 30 degrees, 25 degrees, 30 degrees. And all that really means is the same concept, but the knee is so swollen, basically, is so injured, that the knee is bent slightly. You still perform the same exact way, just the knee is bent. Okay? Now, the fun thing about the valgus and the varus is just the opposite. Okay? The varus tests for the LCL. What does LCL stand for? Good. The LCL is on the outside of the knee. Okay? On the outside of the knee. So for the MCL, I have one hand on the inside of the ankle and the outside of the knee. For the LCL, all I'm going to do is I'm going to reverse my hands. Okay? Because now I want to test the integrity of the LCL. Remember, so I want to push on the outside. So same concept. Stand in front of my patient, lift the leg up a little bit, one hand on the outside, one hand on the inside of the knee, and I'm pushing toward the outside, outward. So I'm pushing like this. Just the opposite of the valgus. Any questions on that? Okay, I have 6, 7 tables, practice real quick, and I'll go on to the next one. I'll come around and ask questions, make sure you're doing it properly. On the big long tables, you should have 2 ends, so group up.
Okay.
You sit down, you sit down.
Huh?
You sit down, you sit down.
It feels fine. It just feels really weird. Okay. No, you don't.
Yeah, we
Okay. So. And then I'll go next.
Very simple, right?
Yeah, very architecturally sound.
Okay, you just have to.
The bars.
What are you testing for?
Now we're testing the LCL. So you're gonna push it outward.
What are you doing?
Very,
maybe you can take it back.
Hey, I have a table right here. Table right there. I have a table over here. You can use that table, I have a table over here. Why not? There's 3 people right here. Have your partners? You go over there with Zacchaeus and go over here. Where? Yeah, get it over right there.
Wait, it's on this side? So it's this side?
Two of you go over there.
Push it into it.
Okay, what are they gonna be testing for? Okay, what?
Okay, you gotta push this one to the side.
I don't know, you just don't want to hurt that one. Oh, God, it's broken. Hey, you gotta take the Want me to help?
That was the hard. So it says going to go.
It's like the same.
Don't lay down, sit up.
Oh, we sit up.
Hey, you just have right here. Okay, do that again.
You're good. You're alive.
Hand back around. Don't worry, you have the rest of the day to practice tomorrow and one day to practice all these special tests. My patient go.
Right there.
Okay, anterior drawers test on your sheet. Anterior drawers test for the ACL. The ACL stands for?
Anterior cruciate.
Okay, do we remember what the ACL prevents?
From your tibia going forward.
Very good, sir. Thank you. Anterior translation of the tibia, okay? So, on the anterior drawers test, patient's gonna have one leg bent and one leg straight. Okay? You're gonna use your tush, sit on the foot. Okay, the reason why we do that is to keep this leg stabilized so it does not move while you're doing the test. Okay, first thing you're gonna do, you're gonna find the kneecap. Kneecap is also named what? What's it called? Patella, good. On the outside of the kneecap, you're gonna find two little divots, two little gaps. Okay, that's where your thumb's gonna go. Okay, basically that's gonna be the width of a patella tendon. Your fingers are gonna wrap behind the knee. Remember, we're trying to prevent anterior translation of the tibia, which means we're trying to prevent the tibia from shifting forward. So we want to test how strong that ACL is. Okay, so as I'm here, all I'm gonna do gently is pull forward toward me. Now, if there was some injury to the ACL, if there was a lax to the ACL, this tibia, if you turn my hand to the tibia, when I did that, would shift literally like this. Okay? So because her ACL is intact, it's not gonna move very much. But it's a very light pull, okay, on the tibia. Any questions about that? Okay? The other ACL one, the Lockness test, okay? This one here, the leg is basically straight, just like it was for the MCL or LCL, okay? Same concept, testing for the ACL, but a little bit different position, okay? One hand, you're gonna find the kneecap. You're gonna slide up on the quad, just right above the kneecap, and hold for stabilization purposes, okay? The other hand, okay? Thumb, and you're gonna slide down the patella tendon until you find a bump on the tibia, which is that tibia tuberosity. Okay, that's where that patella tendon attaches to, okay? So, I have one hand on the quad, one hand on the tibia tuberosity, and I'm just grabbing it, like so. Same concept as it is for the anterior draw test. We're trying to prevent anterior translation. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have this tibia, and I'm going to shift it forward. Okay? So, quad, down to tibia tuberosity, grabbing it, and all I'm moving is the tibia, not moving the quad stabilizing, and I'm just shifting it forward. Now remember, she doesn't have any ACL injury, so I'm going to get very minimal movement. If she had an ACL injury, then my hand on the tibia would literally shift up like so. Okay? Any questions about that? Those two. Practice those two. Anterior jaw test and Lockness test practicing right now, okay?
Wait, so how do you find where the Oh, right there.
On the lower right now, obviously she had an ACL. Show you the picture. Yeah, chair right there. Yeah, you can sit there, right? You like, that's not inside, I'm like, okay, hold, slide down, feel a little bump right there. How am I doing?